Wednesday, where I share my intuitive insight and weekly wisdom with you through the use of oracle cards. I'm so excited to dive into this message this week because I can feel the major changes. I'm curious, are you someone who is going through these massive shifts right now where we're leaving behind the old? I just got off a phone call with one of my friends in business, and she was saying, like, everybody is going through major changes at the beginning of the year. All of her clients that she's talking to, she said, are struggling. They're going through the hard stuff. So I'm kind of curious, like, I was thinking about my life. I'm like, actually, although I did get served a cease and desist for the elevated life today because our trademark has lapsed, which is kind of chaotic, I'm like, has it been that crazy, or are we just getting comfortable with knowing that the old version of ourselves is being released, is being removed, and we have to stop clinging to that old past version of ourselves? So this week I'm excited to dive in to see where can we focus our energy, our time, and our intention on the new, on moving into and embodying this next level, highest version of ourselves. Really quick, last week my speaker wasn't working, so just want to check in with social media that you guys can hear me. I went 2.5 minutes before I realized y'all couldn't even hear a dang word I was saying. So just give me some hearts, some thumbs up. Let me know if you're live, where are you watching from, and how are you feeling? As always, I love to check in on that 7 or above rule and ask, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how am I feeling? 1 being not good at all, 10 being like, I'm doing amazing. I'm so ready for these changes. Where are you? I hear you. Okay, perfect. I want to know where you're at on a scale of 1 to 10. If we were to tune into our energy right now, our mind, body, and soul, just take a deep breath in, fill up those lungs, and then just do a mental scan from the top of your head all the way down to your toes and ask, what do I need? How do I feel? Where am I at today on a scale of 1 to 10? Just checking in. Hello, big energy stylist. Hey, Tamlin. Tanya's here. Jade is in the house. So good to see you guys. Oop, there's our first card. Oh, I saw a peek of it. Can't help myself. That's a potent card. All right, let's see what else we need to know for this week. What energy is, hey, oh, hey. I can see that one. Okay, I'm going to pull one card from the Shine from the Inside Oracle as well, so that way we can dive into where can we tune into our self-care, trust our intuition, or step up those self-love rituals. I'm an 8. Hey, girl. Hey, Steph. So good to see you. I can hear you. Okay, perfect. I'm glad you guys can hear me. All right, I'm going to shuffle the Shine from the Inside cards just to see what self-love ritual or self-care message we need the most this week. Let's see what comes up for us. What will you have us know? And as you're watching, if you're tuning in live, just take a moment to be present, to clear away any thoughts or distractions. We're midday, so I don't know if you're anything like me and have been served a cease and desist from a lawyer, or if you're just straight chilling, if you've been overwhelmed at work, if your kids are going crazy, wherever you're at today, I just want you to take a moment to be here, to be present, to be with ourselves. I've pulled the cards. I've seen a handful of them already, and I don't ever like to look because I love to be surprised. But before we dive in, let's just take a moment to ground our energy. So breathing in, filling up the lungs, and then just exhaling, sending a wave of relaxation from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. Just shimmying out anything that you picked up from the day, returning to sender all the energy that you've experienced, whether good or bad. Just release what is no longer yours. Just send it back, clear it out. I'm flustered. Thank you. Yes, I feel that. I feel that deeply. I told Chris, I'm like, I'm really trying to focus on writing emails right now and doing all the things, but all I can think about is stupid email from the lawyer. So when you have those triggers that are outside of yourself, this is exactly what we talked about in the Elevated Life this month, is on emotional leadership, being able to handle when you get triggered by outside sources of chaos or cease and desist lawyer letters or crazy fucking kids or clients that are batshit, like whatever it may be for you. This is how we step into leadership, is recognizing when those triggers happen and then leaning into the tools that we have, like our breath, to be able to say, whew, okay, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling frustrated, especially if you're a generator or manifesting generator in human design. Feeling frustrated is a sign that you're out of alignment with your authentic self. And so it's a good reminder to use those tools to ground your energy, to reclaim that power, and really bring a sense of peace into your life. So Breathing in peace, exhaling frustration or flusteredness or anything that you've picked up. Ooh, crying already with you just asking. I definitely needed to hear you speak today to bring me back to myself. Yes, you are not alone. Okay, I hate knowing that y'all are going through shit too, but also it's good to know that where are the planets, y'all? I did check the stars this morning, but I didn't see anything that was going to be like, hey girl, what are you doing? But that's what today feels like. It's just like a reality check of like, where are we at? Where's our energy? What are we giving our power away to? And does this matter? Chris always asks me, will this matter in 5 years? And so often the answer is no, it won't. And so give yourself permission that although it may feel frustrating today, if it won't matter in 5 years, don't waste more than 5 minutes on it. That's Chris's rule. And that has helped me so much. So if you feel it, shake it out, shimmy it out, maybe stomp it out, maybe jump it out, maybe scream it out, maybe beat up the pillow it out. But we got to get those energies out of today. Today has been a weird day. All the eclipse energy, Mercury retrograde, that's what it is. Mercury went retrograde today. I'm like, something happened. Something is in the cosmos that shifted. All right, so let's dive in. The first card for this week is the Lover's card. So this is a beautiful card about getting first your priority straight with you before you even try to entangle someone else's energy and union. So this is a reminder that you first and foremost have to decide what your values are, what you stand for, what your integrity is before you even start to build in and layer in other people's ideas and connection and partnership. So when I see the Lover's card, of course, you automatically think like, I'm getting married this year. I'm so excited, which is great. But if you don't do the self-care work, the self-love work, the you work first, then what energy are you bringing to that union? Or what you in union? You're going to put the you in union, y'all. Oh my goodness, that just came through. So this is about developing you as a whole before you start allowing other people's energy to unite with you, to be in union, to be partnership, so that you attract what you attract from a place of wholeness rather than a place of needing to be filled. So this is saying, let's just reel it back. If you're single, this is saying, what can you do to invest in you, in your relationship with yourself? How can you pour back into you? How can you buy your own damn flowers, if you will? And we won't even send Miley a cease and desist for that stealing of IP, okay? Because that was a lesson in Shine School way before she even fucking graduated high school. So the Lover's card, first and foremost, whether you're single or not single, is always, what is my relationship to me, so that I can bring that to the table. This card is about that connection and that union. So maybe you're stepping into partnership, whether that's in business, whether that's romantically, or even just building new friendships. It's about who you show up as in the relationship. So let me know where you're at when it comes to your relationship to yourself. Are you clear in who you are, what you stand for, your integrities, your boundaries, your passions, your mission, your purpose? When we start to understand those things, I believe that's when we can attract a partner that will see us and receive us at that level. And if you are in relationship, then that is the question. What am I bringing to the table? What am I bringing to the relationship? What version of myself am I offering in partnership? So the Lover's card is a really great card to kick off this week, to know that it's always you. It's you in the relationship. You're just being mirrored back from that partner. So whether you find that perfect partner or not, they will always act as a mirror. That's what relationships are. They are a reflection to who you are and to how you're showing up and to how you're treating yourself. And so this is just a great reminder to show up and treat yourself first and foremost with the love and respect that you know that you deserve. And then you'll start to attract relationships that match that frequency rather than feeling like you need to fill something. I'm loving myself enough to break a difficult relationship. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm feeling the same thing, sister. I woke up this morning kind of hot because my subconscious was processing some friendship shit. I'm like, do I move forward, or is this that moment where I need to take care of myself? And that's what I'm seeing with this Lover's card is we can never put ourselves at detriment to continue on in a relationship. So she says, yes. Committing to my physical self-care with workouts has definitely helped my relationship. Yeah. I find that anytime I want to make a change in my life, my finances, my business, my health, my anything, it starts with moving my physical energy. I find that anytime I go to the gym, I start getting proposals or messages or clients applying or people signing up for my programs. It's like when I'm in the gym taking care and moving my energy that's stuck, that's usually when the clients will start to show up naturally, which is incredible. Sweating angry through my eyes. Oh, I've never heard it described that way. Ooh, that means it's time to release. I feel a punching of the pillow, like getting that energy out of the body. Crying is a great way to express it, but it sounds like yeah, the dam might be up and holding back too much of the energy where we need to fully let it go. And it's not mine to carry. Isn't that the highly sensitive person empath problems that we encounter here, especially during all of these shifting energies? We have to be careful of what we're picking up. That's why we have to tune in every day with a peace practice of asking, is this energy mine or does it need to be returned to sender? It's exactly why we started today's live off with that return to sender energy. Learning to say no, Steph says. Yeah. I'll always share that. Oprah says no is a complete sentence. So that's a great reminder that you don't need to over explain. That's usually when you start to leak your power and your energy. It's just, no, this is not in alignment for me. Okay. The next card, interesting, is the burden card. The 10 of Wands is saying it's time to shift. Absolutely. I just love seeing that word because it's like exactly why my last program was named Shift, is because we're all in this transformation and we're ready to leave that self-sabotaging past version of ourselves behind and step in with full trust, faith, and listening to our intuition to guide us through these next chapters of change. So that is exactly where we're at. We're shifting. And with the 10 of Wands showing up, this is saying that you've come a long way. This is not only the burden card, but also accomplishments. You've come a long way. You've manifested a lot of goals, and that can be heavy. So for me personally, I'm in a decluttering mode right now. I'm fully feng shuiing my entire life. I'm decluttering the desktop and all the fucking graphics and videos I have saved, like piled on top of each other on all of my desktops. I'm decluttering all the text messages and the old energy. I'm letting go of old emails and all the spam. Like, I'm absolutely clearing away all that I have accumulated because of the accomplishments, because of the goals and the growth and all of the investment of time and energy that I put into my creative passions. This card is showing me that we are at the end of a cycle. You have accomplished a lot. You've come a long way, but with that comes those endings that we have to say, okay, I've come a long way. These are not mine anymore to carry, as you mentioned, emotionally. It's time to elevate. Y'all, can I just have y'all as freaking cheerleaders here in the comments? Shift, elevate. You guys are hitting all of the businesses and programs that we've created. I freaking love it. But this is saying, what accomplishment are you proud of, and what is it time to set down and walk away from? Oh gosh, the first vision that comes for me is my hair salon. As much as I love it, it's a 20-year accomplishment. I've been holding space and healing and creating beauty and magic and educating and all the things, but I know that this year is going to come with that sense of it's time to put those accomplishments down and step into a new version of myself. So even if it's something you love, even if it's something you've done for 20 years, this is that time to say it's time to shift into this next evolution of how I want to show up and who I want to serve, and most importantly, what brings me the most fun and joy doing it. Because if you're not having fun, even in this next chapter of change, like you're doing it wrong. You might as well be doing the same boring shit. So if we're going to choose to change, at least choose to do the thing you love and that brings you joy, which is important because I see this next card and that's a heavy one. So let me just catch up with where you guys are at. My strength and emotional intelligence. That's what we're celebrating. Yes. What are we celebrating? Drop that in the comments below. I manifested where I am and invited someone in that will not. I manifested where I am and invited someone in that will not. I think that may have gotten cut off. Shifting with my family. Okay, let me just pull up the chat here on YouTube as well. Okay, so the next card that comes up for you is the 5 of Cups. This is all about feeling a sense of loss. It's focusing on what went wrong and not what went well. And that seems so fitting for this 10 of Wands because we're supposed to focus on the accomplishment, but on the other side of that accomplishment is a closing of that chapter. We've finished that cycle and it's time to plant new seeds and have new goals. And when we have to say goodbye to the 20-year hair salon or whatever it may be that you're stepping away from, or even relationships, every change comes with a sense of loss. Every change comes with a sense of grief. Even if it's the change of like, I wanted to lose 10 pounds, you still mourn and release that old version of yourself. Even if you want to let it go, it still brings up that emotion of like, of grief, essentially. And it may not be heavy like I lost my dad grief, but it could be a grief of like mourning that last version of yourself that you were so comfortable in that doesn't fit you anymore. It comes with a sense of like, oof. So even in the peaceful, even in the conscious choices I'm choosing to change, you still have that sense of loss. And so we have to start to shift our energy. That's what this card is about, shifting your focus on what I don't even like to say the word failed, but what is over, let's just say that, what is over for you, we have to shift our energy on what is available, what is already here, what is present in your life. So let's say you're leaving behind an old relationship, whether it's friendship or marriage. The loss is easy to focus on. Oh my God, this was 20 years of my life I spent here, and we're focusing on the negative. The shift is, wow, I'm so grateful now that I have this next chapter or this new opportunity to build for me, or to explore different parts of myself, or to invite new people in. Let's use the career as an example. I could focus on all the clients that I'm no longer going to have, that I've had for 20 years, that love everything that I offer them. Instead, I'm going to focus on what I do have. And that's an excitement for this next chapter, for getting to build from I would say ground up, but we're 10 years in. So it's not even like I'm building a new business. I've been doing this simultaneously for the last 10 years plus. Oh my gosh, 11 years really, which is incredible to see how I've given myself permission to take a long time to bridge that gap from going from hairdresser to empowerment coach / all the things that I do today. I didn't just like wake up overnight and was like, I quit. This has been a long journey. And so that process of accomplishment and grief has been oddly enough kind of drawn out, because I'm still here. It's like one foot in one realm and one foot in the other. And sometimes it's hard to identify it's hard to understand your identity in those roles when you have one foot in one area and one foot in the next. So what I'm seeing here this week is time to really get clear on what you want, what your intentions are, what your integrity is, what your boundaries are. And if you are compromising any of those things in business, in life, in relationships, in your daily routines, it's time for you to take responsibility to prioritize what's important for you, instead of focusing on, well, this isn't working anymore, or the victimhood. This card is the victimhood card of like, poor me, why is this happening to me, rather than asking the question, what good can come from this? So ask yourself, with these things leaving your life, what good can come from this? I've even seen the 5 of Cups as a wedding, grief of an ending of an old life to begin a new one. Yeah, it's not a bad thing. It's just the perspective. It's like what we focus on, right? Shifting away from believing it's my job to fix others and calling in loyalty when there is no equality. It's a lot, but this helps me process. I was just on a call with a woman today, and she said, I used to tell everyone I'm a problem solver, I'm a fixer. She goes, but then I started attracting all the relationships and partnerships that involved me fixing them, which if you've ever been an empath in a narcissistic relationship, you know that all too well. So she says, I no longer say that I'm a problem solver, because I don't want to keep attracting problems for me to solve. But when they do show up, I use my skills and know that I'm capable. I'm like, oh, love that reframe and perspective. I'm angry and I'm not interested in punishing, and believe I'm not a victim. And you know what? Anger is a part of the grief process. It's one of those steps that comes before forgiveness. And so not always is anger meant to feel like a punishment or feeling like you're a victim. It's just a part of the process. And that could also very well be what's coming up with this, is like, I'm angry because something is unfair. I'm angry. That's usually why anger comes up, is unfairness. So I feel angry because this is happening. And when that anger fades, and when you start to have the perspective of, I am not a victim, this is positive for me, then that's when that energetic tinge, that trigger of anger will start to disappear. Yes, my shoulders are tired. Yeah, they're probably raised up into those ear holes, and like, yeah, you got to let your neck release right there. Okay, so the last card that came up, holy shiz, is stay away from drama today. Wow. If that's not a message, y'all, get off the internet. After you get off Woo Woo Wednesday, take a deep breath and get off the internet. Stay away from drama today. I've pulled this card for a lot of people over the last year, and I always like to joke and say it's easy to identify the external source of drama. Crazy Kathy over there, fucking psycho client, mean boss. Like it's kind of easy to identify when there's drama outside of ourselves. But the reason why there's drama outside of ourselves, I hate to break it to you, is because there's drama within yourself. You're either battling yourself mentally, spiritually, emotionally. There's something that you're not coming to grips with, and your mind is on repeat, your emotions are on repeat. Something's in a cycle that needs to be broken. So when I see stay away from drama today, first and foremost, ask yourself, what drama am I creating for myself by the stories that I tell myself, the feelings I'm choosing to engage in, the thoughts that I'm thinking? I had to wake up this morning and really get my shit together because my brain wanted to take over. It was like, Mercury's retrograde. Let me tell you about all the things that need to change and that we don't like and that we're mad about. Like, whoa, girl, we can't start the day off that way. So I put my red face light mask on, sat in meditation for 20 minutes and just visualized how fun it's going to be at the goddess retreat. I'm like, let me go somewhere that feels amazing and good to my nervous system, because my mind was trying to create drama this morning, and I'm not even on my period, y'all. Forget that. She's not gonna win. Hello, Crystal. What a great reading today. Oh, thank you so much, Tamlin. I love you. Pulled that for myself a couple days ago. Ashley says, yeah, this is just a great reminder that like peace must be our priority if we're going to be and I shared this I shared this in a private workshop that I did for Feng Shui Masters last week, and in our Shinehood sister. Is it Mercury retrograde or what? Shine Tribe Sisterhood 10-year anniversary party, which I see some of you babes that were there. Thank you so much for celebrating. But I was sharing all about how we have to be the light workers. We have to show up and be the one that's offering love and offering that calm sense of peaceful presence despite the world being chaotic. That's why we're here, is to hold that tone and that frequency of we're not going to stoop down to that level and let them beat us with experience. You know, they always say, I don't drop down to stupidity because they'll beat me with experience. Like that's how I feel about culture right now, or like tuning into anything less than love is like, I can't even drop myself to that frequency because you'll win with all that crazy energy you're bringing at me. So message to all light workers, to all sensitive empaths, to all of those creative lovers out there, like keep shining your light, keep bringing the joy, do it with a boundary, like put that boundary and that wall of protection up, but do not dim it. Do not take it back. Do not stop yourself from shining and being that source of love for others who maybe don't have that emotional leadership or that sense of self that can stay rooted in peace and love despite the triggers and despite the chaos. So this is my message to not give up. I'm chatting with an incredible businesswoman earlier today, and it just came out, don't give up. And she kind of looked at me like, why'd you tell me that? I was like, I don't know. I think that's a message for me. It's a message for you. It's a message for everyone who's building something worthwhile. There's no blueprint. We can't necessarily see the impact or how, far our sparkle magic will spread. But if we have the courage to just show up, offer love, give some support, spread some creativity, just bring some sparkle magic into the world, you will be making a far greater impact than you even realize. So just keep going, keep shining, and stay away from the drama, specifically your own. And if it's your own attracting, take responsibility for that. Okay, I saw my gal Maria comment. Okay, oh my God, Britt, when I took over the business, the previous owner gave me a #1 problem solver trophy, and that's what I've called myself. Maybe that's why I kept calling in those problem customers. Dude, I mean, that's something we've been working on in our one-on-one coaching. So love that this perspective shift just showed up here today for you, babe. Wow, wow, wow. It is like, okay, I can fix all the narcissists. Like, I have the tools and I have the love to be able to do it, but unfortunately their willpower still has to want to change, right? Not necessarily the case with you and your customers. I'm not saying like you're just always dealing with that, but that is a very fascinating concept. Like maybe our phrase should just be like, I am the peacekeeper. I am the peacekeeper. I don't know. That feels, but then does that mean we are challenged? It's like asking for patience. You never ask for patience, y'all. Have y'all learned that lesson? Because then Spirit gives you the opportunity to cultivate. It just doesn't come for free. You can't go buy it at Target. You have to embody, cultivate, and integrate that. So I wonder if the same would be true about calling in peace. Like, do we call in the problems that make us cultivate peace and create it? Okay, just catching up with you guys. Yes, I believe I'm a light worker, and I'm reminding myself and walking and not being a doormat. Ooh, Pablo Picasso says there are 2 types of women: goddesses and doormats. And that quote I put on every single presentation. I always do, because you have a choice. Just like Dorothy in her sparkly red shoes, you get to decide how you allow. My mom always taught me this: you teach others how to treat you. It starts with how you treat yourself. And that's why when I say, when you see stay away from drama, stay away from your own mind. Stephanie says, I feel that to my core. I am focusing on not giving up or giving in, no matter how hard it is at times. I will always be magical and magnetic. Yes, Steph, exactly. I just ask for what's meant for me. We are all witches. Lord knows our words are spells. Oh, it's so true. We have to be very careful of how we speak. In fact, when I was traveling through Iceland, where my grandmother's from, my spirit guides were definitely giving me that message and that lesson. They kept saying, be careful of your words. Be careful of your words. They are like magic sticks. And I remember saying something to Chris, and the song Mr. Jones came on the radio in Iceland, which I don't know. Like, I know they listen to like American music, but it still blew my mind because that's like a 1990s song. I am in the middle of nowhere, Iceland. Like, not just like I'm in Iceland, which is already in the middle of nowhere. I'm in the middle of nowhere in Iceland. I'm talking to my spirit guides, wondering partially, am I crazy? Am I making this shit up? Like, how am I hearing y'all talk to me so clearly here? And then boom, Mr. Jones comes on. And that is my spirit guide song. Like, you guys know pink cars are my spirit sign, but also the song Mr. Jones is like #1 spirit sign. And so when that song came on, I was like, whoa, like I really am communicating with you. And I just asked for this clear sign and it showed up. So we do have to be so mindful and so careful of the words that we use, because I mean, even the word abracadabra, which technically was abrahadabra, they changed it with a C so it wouldn't be as potent, but that's like a whole nother study that we could dive into. Even that word means to make word into form. And I mean, if you think about the Bible, God spoke and then it was created. So like, hello, we are the same. So I think we have to be very mindful of what we're speaking. And that's why in Shine School, I have you guys do a 24-hour negativity detox so that you can see how you're speaking and thinking to yourself, so that you have full awareness, so that you can take responsibility of like, ooh, actually, I am saying a lot of negative things. I'm complaining a lot. Last year, I found myself personally complaining more than I normally do. And that was because I was out of frequency and out of alignment with that, like peace and love and joy and like everything's fine. So when I heard myself complaining, I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like I'm in that complaining victimhood energy of like, why is this happening, rather than what good is happening for me. So yes, be careful of your words. Great point out. Never bring in your birthday with a bang. No, don't do that. Don't do that. It can result in a doctor's visit, a little hospital visit. Manifesting a new life and love that is fully what is meant for me, mind, body, and soul. I love that so much. It's why it's called spelling. Yes, make your words fabulous. Exactly. We're always casting spells with these words and with our thoughts and feelings. So those are just as powerful. Okay, we are goddesses. Yes, we absolutely are. Okay, I know that in the past we were doing like a little Spirit Says conversation, a little one-on-one card pull. Like, how are we liking that? Do we still want to do one-on-one card pull? We're not too bad. We're only at 27 minutes today. This has been fun, but I feel like there's questions. I feel like there's some clarity or questions that want to come through right now. So if you have a question, or if you have an area of your life where you're struggling with, like, drop that in the chat below, because I'd be really curious to see what comes up. I just feel like someone wants to ask a question. So just drop that in the chat. Wait, maybe I'll wait. Love you. Gotta go. Pay attention to work. Pish posh. I'd love that. I have a question. Okay. Girl, either tag yourself to jump in the chat and ask me, or just pop it in the yes. Yeah, you guys have to add yourself to the thing. I don't know how to make that happen. It's about love. Yeah, well, with the Lovers card coming up and knowing your past history and your journey, because you've been to goddess retreats and we've worked so intimately together, and I see you every month in the elevated life, like, happy to answer that question. But I'm always going to bring it back to, how are we treating you? And the fact that you're moving into a new job and you're creating that financial freedom and abundance for yourself, you're doing all the right steps to put yourself in a place of wholeness to attract at that level. I do see that for you, babe. The more you commit consistently to moving your energy and being open to receive, this will be my magic story for you today. And I don't think I've shared it because it happened like just this week. So I don't think I've shared this with you guys. I was sitting right here with my mom just a few days ago, and I'm talking to her about being open to receive and how you don't need to know how you're going to manifest it. You just need to know with deep conviction what and why you want it. And mom just throws her arms up and she goes, I'm open to receive, Lord. And I was like, great, there you go. Like, it's as simple as making a decision. When a woman decides, it's done. I say this all the time. Oh yeah, because you're at work, you can't jump in, but drop your question in the chat. We walk out front because Chris just got a new weight pushing sled. He was working out and we went out there to go check him out and do it with him. And my mom has a neighbor that she doesn't really talk to that much. My mom's like super social. She talks with everyone. I feel like I told this story last week, but it just happened. So I can't imagine that I've told it. So, and if I did, then you need to hear it again because it's that cool. So mom says, I'm open to receive, Lord. We walk through the house, through the front door. Her neighbor's outside watching Chris push the sled and goes, what the heck is he doing? That sparked a conversation between my mom and her neighbor. And the neighbor says, hey, I have my lawn guy coming this week. I'm just going to have him do your yard too. And mom goes, well, that's really nice of you. How much do I owe you? She goes, no, don't worry about it. It's just the neighborly thing to do. Y'all, they don't really talk that much, which is kind of crazy because my mom's like the most social and loving and all the things, but that's just like where her energy is at. She offered her free lawn care service, not 5 minutes from my mom saying, I'm open to receive. No matter, I don't know how it is or what's going to happen, but I'm just open. And then walks out front and gets free lawn care from her neighbor. Like, how cool is that? I looked at mom, I said, that was fast. Like, that was fast. And I mean, even just one of my beautiful coaching clients here today, she said, by the end of my 90-day coaching, I want to manifest my dream home. She's already touring friggin' her dream home. Okay. Like, she has been touring. So I always say it's so incredible. Once you make that clarity, once you have the clarity and you make that decision in your heart, man, does it move quickly, and it can come as rapid as you'll allow it. So be open to receive. Isn't that wonderful? I know, right? There's actually a Neville Goddard quote that I start off my morning with. And it's something along the lines with, isn't it marvelous that wonderful things are happening to me all day long? And when you start to ask questions like that, you frame your mind to look for those things, right? Just like we say, if I'm a problem solver, your brain brings you problems. So isn't it wonderful that marvelous things are happening to me all day long, or something along those lines? Okay. The retrograde has me up and down. Yeah. And honestly, let's talk about that. My friend Robbie Hunt, who's this incredible, wise astrologer and reverend, came in and taught a mini workshop on how to trust your intuition and use the changes of the astrological shifts that are happening right now. She talked so much about how if you believe in Mercury retrograde and all the fucked up things that happen, then you will get it. You get what you focus on. So stay away from the drama and stop telling yourself that fucking story. Use it as an opportunity to go, hey, maybe I need to clear up my desktop and clear out some clutter and make sure I'm speaking from a place that is intentional, because our words are extremely potent at this time. And clear up and wrap up some of those old things. Like, yes, that's all a beautiful part. But if your story is like, oh God, it's Mercury retrograde and everything's going to go wrong, like, good luck. Hire me next month. And so I can get you out of the pickle you've put yourself in. But seriously, like, the way that what you expect tends to be realized. So don't expect the worst from Mercury retrograde. Okay. I can't jump in, but what's coming up for me in that department? Do you see anything coming up for me with relationships? I have a new maybe, and curious if you have anything to say about it, or the cards have to say anything about it. What I have to say about it is have fun. Take off the pressure. Don't just assume he has to be Prince Charming, but rather be open to receive the lesson and the reflection that you need most from that relationship. Every relationship you have, I think Disney has made us think that it needs to be the one and so perfect right off the bat. But as I mentioned earlier, every relationship is a reflection to you. And so if you get in partnership with a new maybe, then what is he reflecting back to you? Is he showing you where your boundaries are weak? Is he showing you where your boundaries are strong? Just have fun with it and be open to what lesson or part or facet of yourself they're meant to be shining back to you. And if they're shining back beautiful parts of yourself, then celebrate how far and the growth that you've come. That's why you're being rewarded with that higher level of relationship. If you're seeing parts that are being reflected back to you where you're like, ooh, I feel inadequate, or I'm feeling doubt or insecurities, then thank them for that light to be shown into your shadows and start to take responsibility, to take actions to clean up some of that energy where you might be leaking. The card that came up for you in your partnership though, Tamlin, is the 3 of Wands. So this is saying that there is forward progress. There is growth. There are these beautiful goals that can be successful for you, but there are also challenges in knowing that we're making plans. This is a planning card. So I guess start getting your wedding dress. Oh my gosh. But this is a beautiful card of growth. So to me, it says you're in a different frequency of attracting new partnership and a new type of energy that I don't think is going to be like anything you've experienced before. So it's going to cause questions of self-sabotage, or like, shouldn't it be harder? I thought, why is it so easy? Like, it's weird when it's easy, when we are used to making it hard. And that's what I feel like. Plan for the ways that you might self-sabotage yourself. That's the message that's coming through, babe. I love you so much. Okay. Hi, Adrian. I cannot wait to connect with you and teach in your community this week. I'm definitely just having fun and enjoying what this is. Yeah, that's it. Just have fun and let them buy you dinner. Oh, wow. I was always thinking I'm not intuitive because I never had these experiences during retrograde. Oh, no, it's because you're just not plugged into the bullshit. I mean, yes, there are crazy things that happen. I was at a crystal shop out in someone's garage in a town, multi-towns away. And while I'm standing this is a crazy story. Here's your spirit story for today. Mercury retrograde. I made a joke. I was like, I'm never going in public during Mercury retrograde because people they find you, right? I'm at this crystal shop in this man's garage in the middle of nowhere in a town I'm not from. And two people show up during the time that I was there looking at crystals. The first one was the only woman I've had to say no to coming to our goddess retreat the day before because she had a seizure and there was medical involved and all kinds of medical shit and mental wellness that I told her I am a healer, but I am not a doctor. Okay. So like, there's a difference. And that was really hard for me. It was my second goddess retreat in 2020. And I never want to have to say no to anyone, especially someone who's already invested and ready. And it's the day before. Are you joking me? Like, how sad was that? So out of all the people in the world, it's the woman that I said, I'm so sorry, but for your safety and your health and well-being, I just can't have you come to this retreat. That was awkward. So she comes up to me. She's like, Brittany, do you know it's me? Do you remember me? She's like, I want you to know I absolutely understand why you did what you did. And I completely respect you for it. I still follow you. I'm like, it was the best, like full circle. Like, I hope I didn't piss her off too bad. It was the most beautiful confirmation. The other person that showed up as I was getting ready to leave, I shit you not, this guy walks right up to me and he goes, hey. I was like, I don't fucking know you. I'm like, hey. And he was like, what's up? I'm like, can I help you? And he's like, you know me. I was like, I do not. I'm so sorry. He's like, yes, you do. I paused for a minute and it hit me like a ton of bricks from middle school and high school. Rance Reynolds, the little cowboy that used to have a crush on me from Farmersville. It's like, are you joking me? I was like, I said, what are you doing at a crystal shop? He said, I asked my son if he wanted to go to church or look at crystals. And he said crystals. So that's where we're at. I'm like, what are the odds? So the one woman I've had to say, you can't come to goddess retreat, and the cowboy that had a crush on me in middle school and high school, like from my hometown. So that's how I feel about Mercury retrograde. It is always a magical experience. Be open to what it is shifting for you and helping you to release and clear and detox and clean up and declutter, but also don't get caught up in the drama, period. Okay. I did an interview for a great job opportunity that could possibly become something that I can create into my own. Yes, Ashley, sparkle magic. So good. What is next for me? I'm ready. Oh, Steph, I feel like that deserves a card. Ooh, Steph, set your intentions with heart and soul comes up for you. That is what's next for you, is whatever you decide, whatever you want, whatever brings you joy. That's the thing. Like, y'all have free will. Y'all get to decide. Dorothy in her sparkly shoes. What do you want? Just put it out there, and it is yours. What? Okay. Oh, love you so much. Someone walked in while you were talking. Oh, so sorry. Like just now, like you just missed the card I pulled for you. I don't know how long ago that was, but it was something. Set your intentions with heart and soul. I'm like, what was it? Hello, JCT Yoga. So good to see you. Okay, this week has been a powerful week and a great reminder that you are responsible for you. No partnership will fill that void, will give you the thing that you feel like is missing. It is you. And I will leave you with this. When I was doing a lot of forgiveness work and using Chris's hypnosis therapy to work through these processes, I remember doing the forgiveness work that we do, that I now teach in Shine School. I totally swiped it from my husband. But we do this listening experience where we put people, and maybe try this in your mind. I'm not going to walk you through the whole experience, but if you're creatively visual enough, you'll get the vibe. You have something that's called a listening chair. And in the listening chair, you put all the people that you want to forgive or yell at or just express all the things that you want to talk about. This is some of the work we do at the Goddess Retreat as well. And then you have a listening chair, which is what you're talking to all these people. All they can do, if they're sitting in that chair, all they can do is listen. So you are free to say all the things that you want. So in this forgiveness practice, I put my stepdad in the chair, which was pretty obvious to me at the time. I put my mom in the chair, 29-degree Scorpio, you guys can understand. I put my uncle in the chair that called me Brickney when I was 8 years old, that made me think I was fat. And that's where that old story came from. And then at the very end of this process, my husband said, is there anyone else you want to put in the chair? And I saw my 19-year-old self show up, overweight, piercings all over her face, short black hair. She was a ball of anger. And what I asked her changed my life. I said, why were you so angry? That was definitely my mode of operation for so long. I said, why were you so angry? And her reply changed my life. My reply. I sound fucking schizophrenic over here. My 19-year-old self said to me, I had so much love to give and no one to give it to. And that's when I realized that I was trying to get validation through men. I was being a doormat and hoping that they would just love me back if I put out, if I'm being honest. And so in that moment, it was the first time I realized that only I can fill that hole that I've been trying to fill through partners, through sex, I didn't really do drugs at the time. I did that after I fucking loved myself. I'm like, oh, what was I missing out on? Oh my gosh. So knowing that only I, self-love, not partner's love, not mama's love, not daddy's love, not Jesus Christ's love, it is self-love, because only you can give it to you. And during that forgiveness session, that was the first time I had actually had that realization, oh my God, not even Chris can feel this. The love that I have to give was meant to be given to me first. And from that place of overflow, then I will attract to me those partners that, I'm going to use the word deserve to be in that energy and in my presence, if you will. Oh my God, my alarm just went off. I have a call in 5 minutes, y'all. I've got a coaching call after this. So I'm going to have to wrap this up, but very powerful message of making sure you know who you are, what you stand for, your beliefs, your boundaries before you try to create with anybody or anything else. Knowing that your accomplishments are great, but it is time to lay them down and really start that cycle over so that you can have a fresh new start. In fact, I was just talking to Chris yesterday. I said, it's so weird to think that we're 20 years into business, 15 in the online space, and I feel like it's time to tear it all down and rebuild with the puzzle pieces that I've built so beautifully, but do it in a new way. Culture is shifting. What people want is shifting. People's trust in other leaders and mentors is shifting. And so we've it's funny, we've built up the podcast and the this and the membership and the courses and the events and coaching and all the things. And we're like, well, now what? That has become a burden. We've got the coaching, the podcast, the courses, the clothing, the this, the that, the Oracle deck. It's a lot to manage and it's a lot to carry. And so the question we've been asking ourselves is, what can we put down so that we can focus more intently on what it is that we want? And that 5 of Cups reminds me of that. It's let's forget about all the other stuff over here and focus on what is actually working for us and what's bringing us the most joy. And stay away from drama. Your last message for the week is to check in with yourself, make sure your mind's not holding you hostage. And if you're attracting drama, check in with yourself, ask what's the question to ask here if we're attracting drama? What is this reflection trying to show me? What is it trying to get my attention? Usually those reflections of drama are like disco ball, alarms, hey, pay attention. There's something off here in your frequency. Thank you. Yes. So powerful. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for this. I love being here with you guys every Wednesday. I think we're almost we're almost 10 years in on Woo Woo Wednesday. It's so incredible to get to share this wisdom, this love, this magic. If you know a soul sister who would love this message, who needs that sparkle magic, tag them, spread it, post it, all the things to get the good vibes out into the world. I am so grateful to be here with you. And good news, the podcast we had a podcast the week before where we brought in a beautiful friend of ours and shared all about the patch method and how your vitamins aren't working and you need to be doing them subdermally and not drinking them or eating them or whatever. Such a cool conversation with Lindsay Burwell. But this Friday, another podcast is dropping on the Elevated Life where Chris and I share kind of the recap of what the hell has been going on, why we've been quiet behind the scenes on the podcast, and what we've got in store for 2026. So I can't say that it'll be every Friday we're launching a podcast because we are really sitting with that question of what are we letting go of so we can step step into the new focused version of ourselves. And the Elevated started with live videos every Friday on social media, and I'm feeling like that's what we're going to get back to. So we're just experimenting with how do we want to show up and share the message moving forward. So your permission to pivot, to change, to try something new, to experiment, to stop doing it the way you used to do it, and yeah, to get creative. Get creative and excite your imagination with wonder, like one of my Shine from the Inside Oracle cards would say. Many thanks. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for being here. I'm so glad you loved that episode. It was so good. In fact, I was like really jamming on it too. I'm like, this is such a great reminder in health and taking that well-being and the responsibility of your well-being. Is such a great podcast episode. So if you have not dusted off the Elevated Life podcast in a while, now's a good time to go check it out. We've got some new episodes on there, some dropping this week, and I just can't wait to share all that's in store. This is going to be a magical year, although we are still in, it is not a new year yet. Yes, it was a lunar new year and we are out of the shedding, but there is still the after effects of that grief and of that decluttering process. So although we feel that momentum and that excitement for this new year, you're still in the chrysalis and you're on the bridge. Okay. So stop trying to jump to the other side. Give yourself the patience and permission to go at your own pace while you're releasing all the old that does not serve you and is out of alignment. Go 7 or above your life. And by April, when we are in the new astrological year, you're going to start to see that momentum really take off. And I think your manifestations are going to be even more rapid, more powerful. And y'all, we just got approved by Lilo. They are sending 12 vibrators and they are like $250 a piece. Like, talk about manifesting some cool shit. Like, this year, I think we are capable of really bringing in our wildest dreams, but we have to let go of the resistance, the stories, the doubt, the fear, and the clutter that stops us from becoming so magnetized. Whew, okay, I'm new here, excited to see you next Wednesday. Oh my gosh, so glad that you're here every Wednesday, here live on social, on YouTube. And we've got the Elevated Life podcast, which I think will be going live. I don't know if it'll be Fridays like it was in the past, but that's it. We're just giving ourselves permission to play, to experiment, to try something new and see what feels good on how we show up. Okay, any questions, thoughts, ideas, ahas? I did a 3-day fast after it. Oh my God, I love that. Yeah, actually, when we got off there, we planned a whole fasting schedule for the year. I was like, okay, our goal has always been 1 day a week, 3 days a month, and every quarter we do like 3 to 5 days and try to do a week-long fast somewhere in the year. So amazing. Oh my gosh, this is so much fun. I feel like there's I don't want to go. I feel like there's 85 people that I just feel like this energy is beautiful and I love it. But I actually have a call right now, so I have to go. All right. I love you guys. I will see you very soon next week. Jump on the podcast. If you're not on the email list, just send me a message inbox and I will get you on there so you don't miss any of the magic, including this replay and all the resources that I'll be sending along with today's reading. All right. I love you guys so much. I hate goodbyes, but I'll see you next week. Peace.